Hello, I'm Adam Barralet and welcome to this Crystal Connections video where we're exploring the essential oil of Kanuka. Now when you hear the name Kanuka, you may start thinking about Manuka essential oil. Now these are totally different plants, and although their names are very similar and they're both native to New Zealand, Kanuka is in fact more related to an Australian oil known as Kunzea. Now, Kanuka is this plant that has these beautiful flowers that are white or soft pink that flower in summer in these 5 little petals. The Maori people there for many years have used different parts of this plant for a whole range of different issues. Making teas out of leaves, chewing on the saplings, using the bark, and this has helped with things such as fever, urinary infections, skin ailments, and a whole range of other things. Now, Kanuka is a bit of a new oil to the world. It's only kind of starting to make its emergence and spread around the world now. But in this video, I'm really excited to share with you some of the ways that we can use this to benefit not only the body, but also the mind and the spirit. So let's dive in and explore the essential oil of Kanuka. There are lots of different ways that you can use Kanuka around your home to benefit your body. Now, first of all, it's very antibacterial. So what I love to do is I love to either make my own at-home cleaning products with it, or I'll just kind of pop a few drops across surfaces such as kitchen tops, bathroom cabinets, and desks especially, and wipe that down. And that's how I regularly use Kanuka, just to really help to cleanse the area. But it's also really good in any case where you're having a bit of an issue with your skin. Maybe a pimple has popped up, or maybe you've scraped yourself a little bit. Putting Kanuka on there, remember that antibacterial properties will be really beneficial as well. Others have found that Kanuka can be really helpful for aches and pains. Now, whether you've overdone it in the gym or gardening or, getting out on the weekend, or maybe a bit of arthritis was coming in, people have found mixing that with a carrier oil or a carrier cream and massaging that in can be really beneficial as well. Now, Kanuka is high in a constituent called alpha-pinene. Now, this is found in many big trees as well, and basically alpha-pinene has a very relaxing kind of effect on the body. So this can be a really nice one. You may have heard me talking about forest bathing or Shinrin-yoku. This is the understanding that going out and spending time in nature can actually have very calming effects on the body and can help with a whole range of different things, dealing with stress, lowering blood pressure, helping to manage pain, helping with creativity. So when we can't get out in nature and get that alpha-pinene that we breathe in when we're walking amongst the trees and the plants, we can actually diffuse Kanuka in our home and have that same effect. So I love to put Kanuka on in the afternoon to help me calm down after a big day. And even at night, it's a great one to have in your bedroom diffuser because of those antibacterial properties, but also those calming properties as well. The aroma and the effect of Kanuka is definitely going to be one that creates a sense of calmness and peace in your life. So whenever you need to calm the mind down, this can be absolutely beautiful. Kanuka has a bit of an energy of promoting peace on a great scale, but we can't go out and make greater world peace if we can't find that peace within. And so this is a great one to diffuse, to inhale during meditation, just to kind of calm everything down. On a deeper level, Kanuka can work really well when you've been trying to force something or push something and it's just not turning out, or it's just not going your way. Kanuka really helps you to come to peace with what you can control and what you can't control. And when there are things that you have no control over and you need to just maybe have some patience or some acceptance, Kanuka really blesses you in this way to go, I'm okay with that. I know what I can control, and I can control how I feel within. I'm going to promote and cultivate that peace, allow that to emanate, and hopefully everything will turn out for the best. When we make a mistake, we have 2 options. We can ignore it and pretend the mistake never happened, or we can admit to it and try and make amends. Kanuka encourages us to do the second. It gives us the courage to admit that, hey, we have made a mistake, and how can we fix that up in whatever way? And this can be really great in your practical everyday life to give you that confidence to own your actions. However, where I'm really excited about Kanuka is on a more of a global scale. We know that around the world, First Nations, Indigenous and Native people have been mistreated and have sometimes lost their land, lost their children and lost their rights, lost their culture, all range of different things. Now, we can continue to sit in that past and worry about these bad things that have happened and have that resentment, or we can try and make amends. Kanuka is an essential oil that is here to help us, to bring the global community together. We have challenges that are happening on this planet, what's actually happening to Mother Earth at the moment, and this is a time for us all to come together and work together. Not to forget the past, to acknowledge the past, but to promise to make a better future in the way that we treat each other as people and the way that we all live on this earth together. Now, when we look at what's happening around the world with global, climate change and with, the bad treatment of different indigenous people around the world and the loss of habitats and all those different things, it can get really overwhelming. But this, again, Kanuka stepped in beautifully and helps to create that peace within. By working with Kanuka, what you're going to find is she's going to help you to realize how you can start to make small, proactive steps in, mending relationships in your life, cultural and, interracial relationships and all that type of thing can be really mended one step by one step by one step. Kanuka helps us to create that ripple effect that will be really quite calming and create a greater future. That's what Kanuka is stepping onto the world stage at this time to help us with, I really feel. Now, it also really is a great oil to bring out into nature and to help us commune with what are known as nature spirits. Now, these may be fairies, gnomes, or the different elemental beings that exist in the trees, in the waterways, and can help us to understand Mother Earth on a deeper level. Finally, I really love Kanuka for the new moon. And the new moon is a really great time to stop, to pause, to contemplate where we're going in our life, and to make amends and maybe make different redirections at this time as we go into a new lunar cycle. So, on a new moon night, sit outside with a drop of Kanuka in your hand, breathe it in, savor its aroma, and think, how can I make this world a better place? How can I change the direction of my life right now for the better? And Kanuka will give you the courage and the wisdom to do so. Kanuka resonates really beautifully with the heart. She helps us stimulate and bring more compassion, more understanding, and more forgiveness for both other people and for ourselves as well. When we and everyone else can open their hearts to each other and realize that everyone is doing their best and looks to work together for the future, then we can create a more peaceful future. And that's what Kanuka is helping to work towards. So if you find that for some reason you've got a lack of energy in the heart chakra, maybe you're finding it hard to give love to the world, maybe you feel that you've been screwed over by the world and that you have to protect yourself and you've closed down in that way, or maybe you're not allowing yourself to receive the love and the kindness that others are gifting to you. This is where Kanuka can really help that give and take flow of love in your life by helping to balance and stimulate that heart chakra and have more love flowing in your life. So a great way to use this is simply mix it with a carrier oil and rub it over the heart. Breathe it in, breathe in that sense of peace, of love and compassion. See that green or pink sphere of light emanating there and growing to the most beautiful color you can envisage. Doing this each day can really help with helping to find balance of that heart chakra. Overall, when it comes to blending Kanuka, I find it blends really nicely with floral oils or citrus oils. So if you're just wanting a nice blend at home, then try mixing it with some of your favorites that you have in your collection. Now, as we said before, Kanuka is really great for creating a sense of peace. Now, this can be peace in your home, in the community, or just getting a good night's sleep. So some other peace-inducing oils, things like Roman chamomile, lavender, bergamot can be really great, as well as nerolina, which is another native Australian oil, is a really nice kind of blend to put together, any combination of them for helping to create that peacefulness. Kanuka is also here to help us confidently yet peacefully step onto the world stage and start making dramatic change in this world to make this world a better place. Thus, start reaching for some of your heavy hitter and your serious oils and combine Kanuka with it. Some of the oils such as rose, frankincense, copaiba, manuka, lemon, all of these are really there to help us shine bright and make some significant difference in the world. The addition of Kanuka makes sure that everything we do is done respectfully, done with awareness, done with compassion, and done with a peaceful demeanor. Peaceful doesn't mean that it's weak. peaceful just means that we have a different approach. And this is where Kanuka can really help to work in alignment with that. If you need to maybe speak from the heart and be really clear in that, a really great jewel that actually just popped into my head right now would be Kanuka from New Zealand, of course, and Hinoki from Japan. These two real gentle yet powerful oils combined together could be really great for speaking your heart and inspiring others. When you're working with Kanuka essential oil, you can also bring in other gifts and wisdom of the other kingdoms to help enhance what you're doing. Now, I love working with the mineral kingdom, and the crystal that aligns really beautifully with Kanuka is Pananamu. Now, this is sometimes known as New Zealand jade or New Zealand greenstone. It's been used for centuries, and it's a stone of authority, of power, of also creating peace and also respect. Now, Pananamu is not to be kind of just sourced by anyone in the world. It should be gifted to you by someone who is from the Maori culture. And this was actually gifted to me by a Maori friend many years ago, which I absolutely adore because I really wanted to have a piece of my collection. If you don't have access to Pananamu, then I would recommend a green jade would be a really good substitute at this point in time. But as you can see, it's a green stone, and because it is that promoter of peace and it has that energy of working together and taking proactive action in generating peace and harmony in the world, it's going to be a really powerful one to link with your Kanuka. Wearing it, carrying it, having it in when you need to have conversations, maybe open, honest, but sometimes difficult conversations. Pananamu around the area or worn or carried with your Kanuka is going to work really, really well. When it comes to the animal guide that comes in, it sounds a bit cliched, but the kiwi. Now, kiwis actually, once they pair up for life. So they show that commitment and that loyalty to working together and being one. Remember also that this is a bird, but it is a bird that is chosen not to fly anymore. So it has a strong connection to the earth. And remember, Kanuka allows us to be aware of the earth and to connect deeper with Mother Earth as well. Kiwi can show us how to do that. From an astrological point of view, Kanuka would definitely have to do with Venus and creating that peace, and thus Friday is going to be a great day to work with it as well. So I'd love to hear about your experiences with Kanuka. Sometimes it gets confused and people think, oh, it's just another name for Manuka. But no, as I said in the start, it's a very different oil with different properties and a lot more different kind of energies and capacities with it as well. So please, I'd love to hear about your experience with Kanuka. Leave a comment in the section below. Now remember, when it comes to all essential oils, that about 70 to 95% of all essential oils in the world, in those bottles, are actually not from a plant. They're stretched out, they're adulterated, or they're made in laboratories. So make sure when you are choosing essential oils, you're getting something that is actually from a plant. If you need help finding true, pure, therapeutic grade, top grade essential oils, then please feel free to reach out to me. My details are below. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I'm Adam Barralet. Blessed be.